chance to do classes with Natasha, our English assistant. She's from Canada and she is here to help us in our science and English classes. Here we have a group of 4 students. They represent the other students and they are going to interview Natasha for our school magazine. We like gossiping, so the questions are about different aspects of their life. Danny, break the ice. Can you start with the questions, please?
Hello, Natasha. About you. When is your birthday? What's your favorite color? I'm book. I'm film. I'm pet.
Hello, it's great to be here. My birthday is on December 14th. Here are some of my favorite things. My favorite colors are green and blue. My favorite book is East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I have many favorite films, so it's hard to choose just one. My favorite pets are cats and dogs, and I have one cat named Lily and one dog named Eva.
How many people are there in your family? Where are they? Where do you live?
There are only 3 people in my family, my mother, my father, and myself. But I have many aunts and uncles and cousins who mostly live in British Columbia and Alberta.
About food. What is your favorite food and drink? What is the typical Canadian breakfast?
It's hard to choose a favorite food. In Galicia, I love all the seafood and, of course, tortillas. To drink, I love fruit juice. And in Canada, during the week, we usually have toast or cereal for breakfast. On weekends, that is when we have a big breakfast. The typical breakfast on weekends is bacon, eggs, and toast, or pancakes with maple syrup and bacon.
You're Canadian, but what part of Canada do you come from?
I come from a small village on Vancouver Island called Banfield, which is in British Columbia.
What is the weather like in your city?
Where I live, we have a lot of rain in the winter, and it only gets a little cold, between 0 and 10 degrees. In the summer, it can get pretty hot, and it's also sunny. Sometimes it can be around 30 degrees, but it can also be foggy as well.
Thanks. Laura, can you take over from Danny?
Did you like our school?
Yes, I like your school a lot.
What do you think about the students in our school?
The students in your school are all very friendly.
And about the teachers?
The teachers are all very friendly, and they've all been very helpful whenever I've had a question or have needed help. I enjoy working with the teachers a lot.
What's your opinion of education in Spain?
From my experience, the students in Spain are exposed to a lot of subjects and are always encouraged to speak their opinion, which for me is very good.
What is the best thing and the worst about being a teacher?
The best thing about being a teacher is when I can see a student understands a lesson, or when I see a student really enjoying a lesson. For me, the worst thing about being a teacher is when the students are very quiet and don't participate. And so far, that has not happened in Ares.
What do you think of Ares?
Ares is a beautiful town.
And what important festivities do you celebrate in Canada?
In Canada, on the 1st of July, we have Canada Day. We celebrate this by having parades and parties, and people dress up in red and white, which are the colors of the Canadian flag. In Quebec, which is the French part of Canada, we have the Winter Carnival to celebrate winter. And again, in Carnival, they have parades, and they also have big street parties, and there is a giant castle built for Carnival, made of ice.
Now it's Alejo's turn, please.
Do you like traveling? Why?
Yes, I love to travel. I love to see all the beautiful places in the world and see how other people live.
Why did you decide to travel around the world?
I decided to travel around the world to learn about other cultures and see other countries and do something different from my everyday life at home.
According to your experience, what is the most beautiful country that you have visited? And the city and the monument?
Every country I have been to is beautiful for different reasons. For example, the Galapagos Islands in Ecuador are like no other place I've been to, and the Andes Mountains in South America are extremely impressive. All the European cities that I've been to are interesting for their history and they have beautiful buildings. For the most beautiful monument, for me it's a tie between Machu Picchu in Peru and Angkor Wat in Cambodia.
Can you tell us 3 things you like about Galicia?
There are many things I like about Galicia. First, the countryside is beautiful. Second, the people in Galicia are very friendly. And last, the Galician language and culture is very interesting. One thing that is different between Spain and Canada is our eating habits. In Canada, we eat at different times, and our main meal is dinner rather than lunch, and we normally have dinner very early. Also, like Spain, Canada has many different regions where people and the culture and the scenery are very different. Where I come from in Canada, the scenery is a lot like Galicia, a lot of trees, and it's close to the ocean.
And finally, do you feel homesick when you aren't in Canada?
Sometimes I do feel homesick, especially when there is a festival or a special event back home.
Finally, Naima.
Did you go to university? What did you study?
Yes, I did go to university. I studied international business.
Is it common to take a gap year before you start university?
Yes, it is very common to take a gap year. Most people take a gap year to travel or to work to save money for university. I myself, for example, went to Australia.
Why did you come to Spain?
I came to Spain to learn Spanish and to gain more experience teaching English.
How is your experience being in Spain?
My experience in Spain so far has been very great.